Hello, my wonderful Sagittarius. Welcome back to my channel. I hope you all are doing amazing. In today's video, I will be tapping into the energies of your love life. So it's going to be your general love reading for the week here. So pretty much whatever comes out for you guys. Oh, okay. Okay, guys, so we have the card Coffin, New Beginnings, Liberation, Reborn, Transition, Tragic Endings, okay? Pretty sure it's Cancer that pulled this card as well, so you may have Cancer placements in your chart or you're involved with the Cancer. So if you are, be sure to check out that reading as well. But what I'm sensing here, guys, is definitely maybe feeling like a very tough cycle is over and feeling like you're stepping into some sort of a new start or a new beginning. I do feel like maybe you were in a very heavy energy, but you're starting to feel better. You're starting to feel like yourself again, because it does touch on reborn and transition. Tragic endings. Yeah, a very brutal ending or a situation that you felt betrayed in could have really changed you as an individual, but there's also something that is very freeing about detaching from a situation that caused a lot of pain. Okay, so let's see what's going on here. Some of you feel like you need to put a situation to rest, or you want to stop thinking about a situation that is not really, that is more so like taking a toll on you than benefiting you. You know your worth. I mean, you know what you bring to the table. And for some of you, you feel you were involved with someone who wasn't realizing that. You may look at a situation that you were in and you feel like you were settling in one way or another. You were telling yourself you were okay with something that you were definitely not okay with. Capricorn energy. You could be dealing with a Libra or a Taurus. Yeah, I'm strongly getting like maybe there's something here you were tolerating in a connection until you got to the point of, you know what, I'm actually not okay with this, and I'm no longer going to continue pretending that I am okay with it. The devil could also be, you know, a situation that feels unhealthy. Maybe you feel like the individual you were dealing with was battling some sort of issues of their own, but they were somehow projecting that onto you or the connection with you. So it could have been a very overwhelming connection as well. Okay, I'm going to start off by seeing how you are being viewed this week. Six of Wands, rising above a situation, you know, turning inward or focusing on yourself. You know, you could have someone here who feels like you were going to react to something, or they were expecting a specific reaction from you, maybe even doing something or saying something to, you know, receive a reaction from you, but they feel like they were not successful in that. They feel like you're handling things very differently than how you used to. They feel like you're rising above a situation here. But there's something here that they're doing where it's like, I really want Sagittarius to pay attention to me. I really want their attention this week. Even if it's subliminally hinting something at you. Ace of Pentacles, followed by the Wheel of Fortune. This is a major change, guys. Like, yes, I will acknowledge that maybe you had to overcome a very tough, you know, cycle here. But the Wheel of Fortune is usually something working out, you know, much better than you anticipated to. Something, you know, working out in your favor. And the Ace of Pentacles is an incoming offer that you actually want to accept. Ace of Pentacles is an offer that has the potential to turn into something very, very stable and long-term. So it could be you're moving on from a past situation and you're connecting with someone new. You could be connecting with a fixed sign, Aquarius, Leo, Scorpio, or a Taurus. How are you viewing this person? Seven of Swords. Yeah, you're moving on from a situation or a person that was very, there's definitely some sort of deception or dishonesty that has resurfaced here. You're viewing this person as very calculated, strategic, and you just don't trust the situation with them. And what's interesting is these two cards are coming up in the challenge position. So this could be someone where it's visible to them that you're dabbling in something new, or there's some sort of a new opportunity headed your way. And that could be the very thing that they feel challenged by. Things are changing. Sagittarius is focused elsewhere or focused on something else or someone else, right? And it's like they don't feel like they have access to you the way that they used to. Something changing for you, something progressing for you is almost upsetting this person or creating some sort of an emotional block for them. Okay, so we have the Nine of Wands in your feelings. So this is definitely a situation you feel very defensive towards. You're like, I'm not letting my guard down. I'm very determined to, keep the boundaries, or set very clear boundaries with this person and keep those boundaries up. Like, I'm not going to go back on what I've said or what I've communicated to this person. Four of Cups. Yeah, something that you were content with in the past, you no longer are. Some of you genuinely feel like you're settling in one way or another when it comes to this connection here. Four of Cups could also be, a bit of fantasizing or illusions where maybe you had a vision in your mind of what you wanted with this past person, but the reality of it was very different. You feel like the things that you were thinking about or wanting and desiring, you weren't necessarily receiving it. And keep in mind, guys, Four of Cups, the advice behind that card is you may find that this is a week where there's too much of a focus on the past, or you're kind of dwelling a bit, but there's an opportunity in front of you, or there's something new that is, trying to make its way into your life, but we have to make room for that energetically as well. Because in the Four of Cups, he's focused on the Three Cups here, but there's one in front of him and he's not seeing it because of where his focus is. So maybe just, a little message to focus on the thoughts that you're thinking. What are you focusing on? Where are you putting your energy towards? Because there's something good that is coming out of this situation for you, even if it doesn't feel that way in the current moment. Four of Pentacles and the Page of Swords. I think that you're still, curious about this person, but I don't feel like you are going to reach out or initiate a conversation here. Page of Swords is more of like, keeping your thoughts and feelings to yourself. There could be something that you're trying to figure out about this person, but you don't want to directly ask them. And the Four of Pentacles is an energy of you. Yes, you are withdrawing your energy from this connection, but you're also it's like you're putting yourself first, and that's why you're being held back. You almost feel like connecting with this person or communicating with them is going to give them some sort of leverage in this situation, or you feel like they're going to take advantage of you opening up emotionally. I will say you're missing this person maybe a lot more than you're used to, or this is a week where you're thinking about them more frequently. But the Four of Pentacles could also be an energy of, I want to reclaim my power, or there could be something here where you're working on your stability. It may feel like you're starting from scratch, but really what it is you working towards a space where you feel comfortable again or feel like yourself again. So you may feel like you've lost yourself during this connection, or there's a part of you that you were kind of putting on the back burner, which in the now you are choosing to prioritize. There's something about you viewing them as very calculated, or you feel like they planned something out, but it wasn't visible to you then, and it's very clear to you now. And and I think that's where you not wanting to trust this person or trust the situation is stemming from. The Sun card clarifying the Ace of Pentacles. Some of you could be dealing with a Leo, the Magician, clarifying the Wheel of Fortune. You may have had to complete a very tough cycle in order for you to experience something that you've always wanted. You're experiencing something that you have manifested, but maybe it's not with who you thought you would experience it with. And that could be something that's a little bit difficult to process. But nonetheless, with the Sun card and the Magician, I do see it making you very happy. I do see you moving to a much lighter and, brighter space after this very kind of overwhelming energy or cycle that you've had to deal with. This is someone who still feels attached to you, or they feel like they're still connected to you in one way or another. The Magician and the Wheel of Fortune could be this person, manifesting some sort of a change, an opportunity to reconnect and maybe do things a bit differently this time around. But I'm strongly getting that they're viewing you as, I can see that things are changing for Sagittarius, or I can see that there's a new beginning, or something that is making them very happy. Like, you may have someone here who feels like what they were not able to offer you, you're receiving elsewhere, or you're very close to receiving it elsewhere. Okay, so in their feelings, we have the Seven of Cups, a lot of confusion, a lack of clarity. Seven of Cups could also be an energy of someone who's having a hard time seeing past illusions. This could be someone, while they were connecting with you, they were still keeping their options open. It's not like they were necessarily putting all their eggs in one basket. They're also questioning the choices that they've made when it comes to this connection with you. Maybe something that felt like it was the right decision then, it doesn't feel so right now. It's something that they're reevaluating. Definitely could be dealing with a Scorpio. Eight of Wands. They want to clear up some sort of confusion. Eight of Wands is a card of communication. It's also a card of manifestation, and we have the Magician there, right? So it's like, I'm surrendering, or I want some sort of clarity in this, connection, or I want the opportunity to at least speak to Sagittarius one more time so I can ask them, this or that, or there's something here where they want more clarity from you. What's interesting is they want to see progress, but they don't know how they're going to see progress. So it's like wanting something to happen, but not necessarily having a realistic plan in mind to attain that very thing. There's more wishing and hoping going on, is pretty much what I'm getting at. And as much as this person's trying to manifest something, I mean, manifesting is not wishing and hoping, right? It's deciding and doing. So basically what I see is someone who's struggling with creating some sort of a plan to have this, or experience this specific outcome that they're desiring with you. Knight of Cups and the Chariot. Some of you could be dealing with a Cancer, but this is about wanting progress, forward movement. The Chariot usually is, or it means progress after a period of acceptance. So they could be accepting the differences between the both of you, the things that you guys don't agree on. And the Knight of Cups could be someone who really wants to express how they feel towards you, and it could even be followed by an apology here. I'm sorry for not being open with you in the past. I'm sorry for creating some sort of doubt in this connection here. Even if this is someone who is dishonest with you in the past, I don't necessarily see a dishonest energy in their feelings in the current moment. Although I see a level of confusion. I see someone who's struggling with not what they want with you, but how to get to that space with you. So we have the High Priestess. Yeah. Some of you could be dealing with the Pisces, Page of Pentacles, and the potential outcome. They want to reach out to you. They want to speak to you. But there's either a fear here, or with the High Priestess, they feel safer in your silence. I don't feel like this person is going to reach out, at least not right away, because High Priestess is letting me know the stagnancy or some sort of silent treatment is going to continue here. They're thinking about you. High Priestess could be someone who is also holding on to some sort of hope in what doesn't feel tangible in the current moment. Like, even if it doesn't feel possible for them to reconnect or reconcile with you in the current moment, they're like, okay, well, I don't want to say, never, or it's never going to happen. So there is a level of hope that they're holding on to. What's the High Priestess? Page of Cups, the Page of Pentacles, the Judgment. The Seven of Pentacles. They really want to reach out to you, but they're observing, they're analyzing. They're even asking themselves, if I reach out, right? If I apologize, if I express my emotions, is it really going to change the dynamic between Sagittarius and I? Because I feel like Sagittarius is focused on something new, or things have changed things have changed in this dynamic. And they could even feel like it's been a while since they've spoken to you, where it's like, is it going to actually work out if I come back around? Because Seven of Pentacles, guys, is really an energy of looking at a situation and saying, is it worth the investment? I do want to reach out to you. I do want to speak to you. But is it really going to change anything between the both of us? Okay. So let's see if there's anything they want to communicate to you. Do I still have a chance? That's a Seven of Pentacles energy. If I come back around, if I, open up communication or initiate a conversation, will I be rejected, or will we be able to move forward from, our differences? I wish I could take back my words. So there could be something here that they communicated to you that they feel like was harsh, or maybe they feel like they didn't articulate it in the correct manner. Or it could just be complete regret for how they treated you or communicated with you in the past. Sometimes I stay awake thinking about you. So yeah, you're definitely, still on this person's mind. Anything else? I couldn't let you get close to me, so this could have also been a case of self-sabotage, where you were doing everything in your power to open up to this person and maybe even create some sort of a safe portal for them to do the same, but maybe there were some sort of, blocks where they didn't allow themselves to open up entirely. Bottom of the deck, it says, I replay our conversations over and over. Okay. So that is what I'm getting for you guys this week. I really do hope you were able to find a message that resonated with you here today. And thank you so much for your time.